We are just 1 month away from 2026, and it's finally time to rank the top characters currently in the game. A lot has changed this year with new characters, new mechanics, and the addition of Lunar Reactions completely reshaping the meta. For this ranking, we are including both DPS and supports. DPS units are ranked based on 3 criteria: damage output, team flexibility, and ease of play, while supports are ranked based on defensive utility such as shields and healing, buffs provided to on-field DPS including resistance shred, damage bonus, ATK buffs, EM buffs, and elemental application for reactions, personal damage contribution, and the number of viable teams they fit into. At number 10, we have Nahida. Even after the introduction of Llama replacing her as best in slot for many DPS units, Nahida still holds strong overall value. With her focus on elemental mastery buffs, she remains relevant across many teams. She works extremely well alongside Llama and Hyperbloom setups, providing massive EM bonuses and meaningful personal damage. She also functions in Nefert teams either together with Llama or as a fallback option if you don't own Llama yet. While she is no longer universally best in slot for specific DPS units, the fact that many newer characters scale with EM means her value continues to rise over time. Nahida also consistently remains one of the most used characters in Spiral Abyss, proving her universal account value. Even if you don't own Llama, Nahida can still elevate your account immensely with strong Hyperbloom teams. For accounts that already own Llama, Nahida may feel like a side grade, but every Nefer main without Llama understands exactly how valuable Nahida still is. A reminder that we are celebrating our 8,000 subscriber milestone, and you can win a free Welkin. Full giveaway information is in the description. Also check out Loot Bar, which is currently running limited time discounts, making it the cheapest way to top up. Just click my link in the description, enter your UID and server, currency arrives in minutes. New users also receive an extra 10% off. At number 9, we have Fens and Nefert tied together, as both units deal similar damage and share very similar strengths and weaknesses. In premium setups, both reach around 110,000 DPS, and with upcoming nod-krai characters like Jehoda and Columbina, their ceilings will only continue to rise. Currently, they both remain top 5 DPS units in the game, but their biggest drawback is limited team flexibility. Fens is restricted to lunar charge reactions, while Nefert is locked into lunar bloom setups, preventing comfortable use of reactions like Overload or Hyperbloom. Fens maintains stronger flexibility overall, functioning extremely well with free-to-play teams including Sucrose, Bennett, Fischl, Kuki, Ayansan, and Auroran. Nefert, however, feels more restricted as attack buffs provide almost no benefit to her scaling, cutting off many buffer options, and a Nemo VV support is useless because she is Dendro. At number 8, we have Verza. She is one of the strongest DPS characters in the entire game and has grown even stronger with the introduction of Duran. Her premium teams now reach around 120,000 DPS when played with optimal combos. What makes her superior to both Fens and Nefert is not only higher damage potential, but dramatically greater team flexibility. She excels in electrocharged, overload, and ascendant gleam setups alongside characters like Infa, Yehoda, and Ino. She scales absurdly well with older supports such as Fina, Schillin, and Mika, and fits extremely well into lunar charge compositions with Infa. Even after columbina buffs Fens, Verza is not expected to fall far behind, as she currently performs far higher due to the insane synergy with Durin. Her playstyle is extremely rewarding but mechanically demanding, requiring correct combo execution and timing. If mastered, she can easily become one of the strongest DPS units on your account. At number 7, we have Fina. This placement may surprise many as she was once easily top 3, but nod-krai shifted the meta heavily. Damage bonus buffs do not synergize well with most lunar scaling characters, restricting her to primarily being an off-field hydro applicator. She still remains best in slot for Nouvelette, Mika vape teams, and performs excellently with Verza and Durin squads as well. Future Hex and Zirkel characters like Durin, Varka, and Nicole are likely to benefit from damage bonuses again, which may push Fina back into premium support relevance. She remains extremely flexible as a Hydro sub-DPS and applier, but compared to her previous dominance, she is no longer the unmatched meta-breaking unit she once was. At number 6, we have Escoay. She is the strongest cryo support in the game with no competition. Her kit is built around freeze teams where she becomes absurdly powerful. Outside freeze, her impact drops slightly, similar to Skirk, but her overall performance stays extremely high. She can function as a cryo applicator in melt teams or as a healer support while wearing tenacity for attack buffs. Her synergy with Skirk and Neuvillette enables some of the strongest teams in the game, and her team-wide cryo resistance shred gives her unmatched damage amplification value in cryo setups. Some notable mentions outside the top 10 include Skirk, the strongest cryo DPS but limited by heavy dependence on Escoay and restrictive team options, Sitlali, an outstanding melt support and defensive unit, and Kinich along with Mualani, who experienced massive buffs with Durin but lack long-term future scaling relative to newer lunar-focused carries. At number 5, we have Infa. She is currently the strongest Electro support and shielder in the game. She replaces Kuki across most Hyperbloom teams and functions on Gilded Dreams, Silken Moon, or Tenacity depending on composition. Her personal DPS remains extremely high even while maintaining permanent shields. She enables Arlecchino Overload as the first true Electro Shielder support option, opens Overvape setups that are now extremely powerful, and unlocks Lunar Charge access for carries like Verza. She is best in slot support for Flints, providing roughly a 30% damage increase. With her versatility, damage, shielding, and reaction enabling, Infa stands as the strongest Electro unit overall. At number 4 is Llama, the top Dendro unit in the game. She provides 25% resistance shred to both Dendro and Hydro, enabling massive damage spikes across teams featuring Neuvillette, Nefert, Kinich, Mualani, and every major Dendro carry. Her conversion of Hyperbloom and Burgeon damage into crit reactions massively increases team scaling. Pairing her with Nahida enables double Dendro Hyperbloom Nefert setups, reaching over 110,000 DPS. She also supports Ascendant Gleam teams with Aina or Infa, and has strong future synergy potential with Columbina. Llama is an absolute must-have unit in the modern meta. At number 3 is Schillin, the most universal support in the entire game. She synergizes with nearly every DPS including Mika, Verza, Neuvillette, Arlecchino, Flints, all Geo carries, and Lunar Reaction teams. She's flexible to build using Favonius weapons and sets such as Cinder City, Petra, Noblesse, or Instructor. Her healing synergizes perfectly with Fina teams. Extremely low field time accelerates rotations and boosts damage output. She's best in slot for nearly all Natlin DPS, most Fontaine carries, all Geo DPS, and a strong off-roll buffer for Lunar setups as well.
At number 2 is Durin. He is the second best Pyro unit in the game and offers unmatched team diversity. His resistant shred affects Electro, Geo, Anemo, and Dendro reactions, making him premium for nearly all damage archetypes. He excels as off-field DPS and Melt and Vape, acts as the second best Overload support after Chevreuse, the second best Geo support after Schillin, and is insanely strong in burning teams as well. His versatility enables a massive list of team compositions across the entire roster.
And finally, number 1, the best DPS in the game is Chi-Chi of Mika. She is the most broken character the game has ever released. She functions as the best main DPS while also acting as a sub-DPS and buffer support for numerous carries including Mualani, Kinich, Arlecchino, Verza, and Neuvillette Vape teams. Both her Melt and Vape setups are some of the strongest teams in the entire game, with Melt being the single strongest composition. And thanks to her massive flexibility across multiple rotations and team structures, she can push past 150,000 DPS, a damage ceiling that is insane and completely unmatched by any other DPS right now. No damage dealer currently comes close to her output, and on top of that, she can also function as a support through off-field damage contribution and strong team buffs. If you want to see a full updated DPS ranking, check out our dedicated DPS video on screen. I hope this guide helped clarify your poll decisions, and don't forget to participate in the giveaway. Till then.